Welcome back to the second episode of seeing how quickly I can rebuild the Angels. They have the current longest playoff drought in baseball. We are in the first offseason. We finished with a losing record. No, we finished with a winning record. All right, so we went 84 and 78. We did not make the playoffs. We finished third in the division. The first year, 76 and 86, and then we went 84 and 78. So we are in the, I guess, third off season, um, which would be the correct way of saying it, not the first on. But the first season usually is kind of a garbanzo beans because you have to get rid of all the bad contracts and all the bad players and all of that stuff. So Sir Anthony Dominguez wants to come back. What's his 12 million? All right, we are going to opt out. So he didn't do that well, and it's $12 million. So achieve a winning record, acquire a top player, have a final total balance of 35 million, increase your fan interest. All right, we gotta. That's where like the owner goals I always want to take off, but let's go to the front office. Let's let's discuss with the owner, increase profit. Will improve home runs. Acquire a top player. Improve your draft record will decline. All right, so it's there. Improve your international fines. We're going to decline. All right, so those are both, I guess, required goals, but whatever Arturo Moreno or whatever your name is. We did trade the Japanese player that we picked up last year. 240, 18 home runs. His metrics aren't really that good, and he's mostly a first baseman, so he's not really very useful as far as other positions. First base is really easy to fill, especially in this game, so I'm not too worried about trying to fill that position. And he wasn't hitting well enough to justify him being the main first baseman. So we should have some money now. All right, so we do have 38 million. I think we can potentially. All right, so that can go up a little bit. We want both of those budgets to be as high as possible. Let's check international scouting. We've already done that, so there's actually not really too many good players, interestingly enough, that are available. Uh, Interesting. So might just could sign. It could end up being good where we are able to sign a lot because they're not rated as high, but they usually want a lot of money anyway. All right, so we're not signing Sir Anthony Dominguez. Wants 10 million. That's going to be too much for us for a reliever. Bubik is going to want a monster contract and he's 30, so that's not worth it. Kenley Jansen, let's see what he wants. 4 million for 3 years. We'll do 1 year for four. I don't mind that. 3 years when you're 40 is a wild contract offer. So Esteury Ruiz, we don't need him. We're going to try to trade off some of these players if we're able to. Tanner Bibee's contract's kind of absurd. That's kind of the problem that. So it'd be 7 million next year, 10 all the way up to 21, and then the team option for 21 after that. Does it say? Dogs it too often. Some of these things are quite random. I don't know if I really like that part, but we're leaving that on for now. And I think we kind of have enough starting pitching to where we don't necessarily need to worry about that. So we'll do a prospect package. Nobody wants to offer that. we don't really want to take on a bad contract. There's just Brian Bellows in the same boat where his contract, explodes up. But yeah, we don't want to eat a contract like that. It's not worth it. So we're going to withdraw for him. Alec Thomas probably could be an outfielder for us, and the rest of the guys most likely. Well, we can get rid of Brian Hudson. He was hurt for most of the year. Threw 34 innings for us. Threw well, but actually, he only threw for. I know he threw for us. What I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're not LAA. All right, so let's look at the minor leaguers. To offer him an actual contract now. So allow him to go on or be released. We keep him. He's 25. There's just not a lot there. Like his power is already maxed out. His contact can go up a little bit, so you're really just getting a defensive first person, which I don't really care about. But if they're like a 23-year-old person like this, then can't hurt. George Valera, I guess we just move on. 50 power, left-handed bat, outfield only. So we're good here. Let's look at the development lab. I'll actually look here. So our pitching got so much better. We scored less runs. We gave up significantly less runs. How many home runs did he hit this year? 19, so his home runs were down, but still a solid year. Kevin Gausman. Unfortunate that trade didn't work out for us. He exploded. All right, Christian Morris turning into a superstar, so we love to see that. Let's go ahead and get him locked down. So he's 25 right now. So we'll do a 12-year contract. So I feel like it could be worth it. And he can play a little bit in the field. Looks like he can be a good outfielder as well. So we're going to have him do two-strike approach. We're going to have him work on power. Really just focus on a lot of hitting for our main guys that we know are going to be playing a lot. So we're going to try to do power with Denzer Guzman. Same with Kafis. See, like there, it's like he's a really, he's serviceable first baseman. All right, let's go to AAA. Cruz can still develop a lot, but I think he's only 25, so it's not as if he's a lost cause or anything. Juan Flores, we're going to try to see if we get him some extra power. And then Nelson Rada do the same thing. And really his batting potential is really good. We're actually going to do something weird with him and try to improve his outfield defense. And look at, because I mean, if he became a good center fielder, that could be really cool. Really good for us. Maybe with Bremer we do control. Let the other guys chill out. Actually, why are we doing defense? Why are we caring about defense? And look at him, so avoid Ks. Get our 17-year-old two-strike approach. Alright, so it looks like they did fix the voting screen, because I'd always get stuck on that screen. It'd always be super laggy and stuff. We did get Henry Bolts. My wireless headphones got here. I bought a cheap pair of wireless headphones. So we weren't able to get him. We're going to place him on the active roster. I don't really want him. He's injured right now, so. Right. Alright, so we did get Logan Evans. We got Christian Moore for a big extension. We got Kenley Jansen back. Vaughn Grissom got an award. Alright, so nobody wanted Henry Bolt, so we get to throw him to AAA. Go ahead and waive Logan Evans. Alright. So, I mean, 84 and 78 is a good start. If we could get above 90 wins next year, then we would be able to make it into the playoffs for sure. I really hate how it says begs you. Like, it seems so inappropriate. It seems so wrong. All right, we'll go to free agent filing. It'll stop us at the arbitration. Yeah. So very similar to the guy we signed last year, outfield. Not really the best, not really the best speed, decent bat, but not really a lot there for us. Now he's really interesting. So that full 4-star second baseman. So we'll definitely try to offer him a contract. He's 27, but if he wants a minor league contract, we can try to offer those at least. All right, so Ketisui Hati. Go ahead and try to offer him a big contract. He wants a lot of money. A 9-year contract. We would want to do 6. We can leave the player option on there. Might not be able to get him, but that is all right. All right, so looking at the free agency, there's probably not going to be a ton of guys that were that interested in signing. Sir Anthony Dominguez, his demand went way down. I doubt he accepts anywhere near that, but 3 million, I'd bring him back. Can offer him a minor league contract if he's willing. Let's look to see if there's any other Juan Brito still hanging around. Kerry Carpenter is available, but really expensive. Dylan Carlson doesn't want to come back. He hates us now because we released him. Nolan Gorman. It's only 2 stars for some reason. Hasn't developed enough, I guess. Keep rocking and rolling. Looking down to see if there's anyone that pops out. So we already offered those guys, international players. So yeah, not really anyone. Alaska still chilling in free agency. Let's see what the went too far. There he is. He signed with the Braves and was released by the Braves. So that's who he was on. All right. Let's check our front office. I think we're all good here. Yeah. Offered all the default extensions. So we're actually 3 games back of the division, which is nice. So we were definitely right there. Same for the wild card, I guess, because the Athletics made it in. Had to be all right. Zach Neto returns from India without any impact. That's pretty funny. Free agents, look at the pending offers. Not, yeah, I mean, if he doesn't want to sign a minor league contract, then that's fine. 225 million contract for the Japanese second baseman. Kind of a lot. All right, so we do get him. See if Dominguez comes back. All right, the Guardians want to give us Jackson Humphreys and Mario Figueroa for Kenley Jansen. Honestly, I'm probably okay with that. 2 prospects for him. Surprised they wanted to give us 2 good prospects for him, but I'm not going to question it. All right, so we're going to just offer trades. So we can get Adley Rushman or Jazz Chisholm Hall Jr. All right, so we'll obviously keep him for a bit, but I have a feeling that somebody might want him at some point. But he's a good player, so could obviously be useful for us. Like Michael Conforto has good power, but I don't really need someone that's overpaid. It's fine. I don't really want to sign Acuna anyway. Let's look here. Go to free agency. So we were able to save quite a lot of money with Dominguez because his option was like 12 million or 10 million, and he wanted whatever amount to come back that was around there, and then we got him for 3.5 for under 4. So happy with that. Saved a lot of money. Roll 5 players. 1 Flores we have to protect. Do I want to protect? Probably protect him because he's a pitcher. I don't think I'm really interested in protecting anyone else. We can leave everyone else up for the draft. It says 8 unprotected players. If they're 2 stars overall and they're over 23, 24 years old, like that's we risk those players because they're just not going to be valuable at the major league level when we have, a full roster. Nick Enright, no, we don't want him back. Well, not back because he was never. Yeah, you can go to the sign a minor league contract with them. He just didn't want to sign with us. All right, so I don't think we'll be able to get him. We don't. He's 35. We don't want to get him. We saw Clammy. I don't think we'll be able to get him. No. We won too many games, unfortunately. All right, let's look at the Rule 5 draft. Marvin Alcantara is an interesting player. Kids screaming out there, losing their mind. So we could get Alex Clemmy. He's out for 8 to 9 months. Actually, well, let's go and see if. I was wondering if he was going to be on there. All right, so they took Jack. Washington took Jack from us. So he's on Washington, so we're going to take him. How about that? He'll be able to sit on the. So it's not like that because he's injured for so long. He can sit on the 60-day for the whole season and won't take up a roster spot. And he was claimed too. We're going to just put these guys there. Do we have no more spots on our 40 man? Our 40 man is full. So this kind of, Rule 5, you're kind of looking for, obviously guys that could have impact right away, or, guys like this Michael. He's young, he's injured. There's no risk because we can throw him on the 60-day. See if any of our other guys get drafted. Nope, so just check. Milan Tolatino, he's always bouncing around. Sometimes he develops though. All right, so we took 2 guys in the draft. Both of them are going to sit on the Terrell Perez. Nationals took several guys. Yeah. We actually don't have a lot of money. So we should be able to do some more scouting. So he dropped down to a 3-star. Roberto Ponce looks like he could be pretty decent. Doesn't play infield very well. Alex Portillo, but also not very good defensively. You feel like the younger players would have really high defensive metrics. His gap power and general power are low. Let's get to that international signings and see. No, we're not. We don't want an old pitcher. We have plenty of young fellers. They're all frustrated. It's fine with me. Cal Raleigh had a bounce back year with 48 home runs. Jordan Walker had 41. Kyle Tucker is the White Sox now? Santiago Gomez. Yeah, I'm gonna say no. I'm going to go with no on that one. That's gonna be a no for me, dog. Oh, I'm not giving you Henry Rodriguez. Josh Lowe still with Cleveland. JJ Bleday, 30 home runs last year. No, he's our important part of our bullpen, and we don't need a left-handed outfielder. All right, so we can offer contracts now. So now we have to think about who is interesting to try to sign. So leave this as our look for now. So he wants 4 million. He wants 1.3. So we're gonna try to offer him at first. I have my window open, which is why you might hear all that noise back there. Mao Mao. That's a crate 5'9", 155. That's a pretty average size 16-year-old. All right, see if we can get him. Yeah, we don't care about Acuna. So he's offering 4. Hmm. All right. We have enough money available. What? All right, we'll knock the scouting budget down. This might be a year where we just get one prospect. All right. See if we can sneak someone else. Probably not going to be able to get him. It'd be really neat because that's all our money that we have left. He signed with a different team. That's all right. Wasn't really that like crazy of a prospect. His stuff was really good. Like there was 100 miles per hour plus. Oh, we did get him too. All right, so we got two nice prospects there. Potentially, obviously. Never know how they're really going to develop, but get a 4-star, 3.5 stars. You get rid of these 1-stars. I don't mind holding on to pitchers when they're older because it seems like it's easier. But like a first baseman, it's just there's just not a lot, a lot of potential there. Get rid of these guys as well. I say that as I'm getting rid of some of the various pitchers, but they don't have high potential and they're above 25. Rather give younger guys a chance to develop a bit more. So you went down to 2 stars. So he's just a first baseman. He's basically just a first baseman. There's always just a huge influx of relief pitchers in every team. Okay, so the rest we can leave there. The DSL we have a lot. We're gonna throw that many, so we're down to 30 here. Let's get the ACL and do the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to keep around 30 on both of the ACL and the DCL instructional leagues. And then, so they have 22, so we can sort by age. '14, '15, '16, '17. Throw that there for now. That gets us down to 41. 5, 4. I saw a couple of guys in the red that aren't ready for low A, which is fine. We just don't really need them in our organization. So go ahead and dump these guys off. So it gets low A down to 25. So we're going to release him as well. And then we can bring him up. And the rest, since they're... All right. We throw him up as well, why not? And then we can look here, see if anyone's in the red. They are not, so we'll sort by age. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'll see who can hang at double A. So Chris Cortez is ready to go up still. Alright, so he's just a 1.5 star. And they're all full 2 stars. So we're going to look here for anyone that's or 1.5 stars. It's raining again. It sounds really nice out. So you get really nice, relaxing summer rain. All right, so we've cleaned out that. And we'll leave those guys there. All right, very good. Let's check free agency really quick. You throw him a minor league contract. He's only 28. Carlson's willing to come back now. He stopped being mad at us. He's out 5 months, so what? March, April, May, June, July. So you get back in July or August. So for 2 million, we'll take off $1 million. All right, 1.9. And we throw him on the 60-day. Let's look at our roster as well, because we have some guys to add to the 60-day. Jonah, unfortunately, went down to a 2-star. So we'll just waive him, but he did some good things for us. You know, he was productive there. How did he bat last year? His contact went down. That's a big thing. So batted 246. Wasn't too bad. How did he do stolen base wise? He had 26 stolen bases, so his speed was helpful for us, but ended up being a pretty successful Rule 5 pick. We'll leave him there. All right, so let's see. Throw him there. 60-day. Gausman back to the 60-day. So that's going to clear a lot of spots for us. So Bremner could be ready to come up. So let him hang out in AAA. And not really worried about the rest of them. All right. Let's actually look at our team and see if there's anyone we want to play different positions. So our new second baseman, he can play second, third, short a little bit. Who do we have in the outfield? So we have Alec Thomas, Cole Carrick, a switch hitter in center. He right-handed? He is. So we're going to put him at third. Switch Amador to center. Put him in left. So this is actually like the easiest strat to get people to learn new positions. You just literally just put them there in spring training and they'll either learn it or not, but I feel like with Vaughn Grisham, like we don't need him to play second base. He's good at it or whatever, but all right. So his power improved. Love to see that. Let us power improved, maybe. Let's look at development. I think we still send guys there. We can. So what we're gonna do is sort by the outfield. Christian Moore could also learn some more infield positions. So Cole Carrick can actually be really good in the infield. We're gonna also just do learn new position with all these guys. Kendall George is down to a 2-star. Unfortunate for him, but so we'll do that as well as manually getting them to learn new positions. So then Cole Carrick can play third. That's exciting. Amador can't really play center. Also, we have him at second, third, short. Hata can play a little bit of left field. So we're going to move Moore to left field, him to right field. Carrick third. Let's move him to second, move him to third. Can Moore already play left field? He can. So we're going to put Moore in center. You go forward a couple games and you see he can play second as well. Vaughn Grisham can play short and third a little bit. So this makes guys as versatile as possible. So he has second, third. Probably won't be as very good at or won't probably won't be very good at short. Zach Neto. We'll go ahead and just let him play second for a little bit. Christian Moore, 50 in center field, not too bad. So he's pretty good in left field. So he's not really that good defensively, but he's learning the positions. But Adiel in right field now. So third, short. So he's no point in really getting him to learn center. We throw him at first just for fun. And then that means Jeffers, we can throw out the left. I think he already knows left field. Just a little bit. That's fine for now. All right. Did he not learn short? Ben Joyce is out for 6 weeks. Go forward one more day. I don't try to do the positional thing every off season, but it is something that's nice to do occasionally. Especially with you have guys that can learn like every position. Cole Carrick. So yeah, he can play all of the infield, all of the outfield. Mostly probably going to keep him in the outfield to be honest, but he has that versatility. And then same with Adiel, can play all the infield. So we love to see that. So he's good at first base, as if most people are. Christian Moore can play some center. We're going to put Moore at short now. Jeffers got a little bit better at left. We'll throw him in right. Put him back in left for now. And then Miguel can play catcher or first. Not really that good at first. So Vaughn can play second, third, short. We're going to put him in left field. Tim there. Zach Neto can play second base. Grisham got some left field action, so we're going to put Neto in left field. Moore can play short a little bit, but more at third. Audio can stay at short. And then so he can play second, third, short. So we need to put him in right field, but Jeffers is in right. Well, Jeffers doesn't really matter for Jeffers. We'll put Jeffers at second base. It's spring training. He can have some fun out there. All right, so Grisham got some left field. So he's got everything. Jeffers, surprisingly, doesn't learn second base very well. Moore got third base, so he can play everything. Put Moore back in right field. Neto got left field, so actually pretty good at third, so we kind of have a lot of options. Amador, good shortstop, good second baseman, good third. It's actually putting Zach Neto at first now, which is interesting. So Guzman can play third and short. We're going to put Cauley at third. Whatever, that's fine. Are we done with spring training? That might be it. All right, so we got Moore with everything. He's definitely going to be a player we want to play everywhere. Neto can play first. So we kind of got him everywhere we'd want him. Denzer Guzman, we want him to play some second. Neto got second as well. Yeah. Cameron's got a ton of defensive potential. It's always good to see. And he has good speed as well. So he can play all of the infield positions. Also, here's what's funny. He already can play third. Yeah, so like we don't really care. Also, like some of the guys have already learned the positions that they're training at. They want to trade us Cam Smith. Why? Yeah, I'm down with that. That's crazy. So Von Grisham is like a defensive first out or position player. And he can play first, third, left, and right. He's good at first. Yeah, that's a crazy pickup. We'll make that trade 100% of the time. All right, so we're all good there. What we'll do now is start to look at who we're going to send down to AAA. So Denzer Guzman, good to buy. Juan Flores, not yet young blood. Cooper, unfortunately, I think we have to waive him now. Nope. He has more option years. I think we'll probably have to send Rada down as well. All right, so we have a lot of guys left. We'll send Caden Kata. He's only 24. He doesn't have any more option years left, which is kind of annoying. I imagine someone's going to try to claim him as well. We send Mitch down. Send him down as well. All right, so we're good as far as our roster goes. So we're ready for opening day. We're not worried about our bullpen. Oh, Ben Joyce. Forgot that he was injured. He's out for 3 more weeks. Cole Reagans is on Cleveland now. Sometimes when you do the learn position, they'll learn something like catcher or something. Dylan Cruz learned left field. He already knows left field. I guess he got better at it. Kendall George learned first base. He's a very generous 5'10". Colby Thomas learned second base. Is just interesting. Denzer learned first, as everyone can learn first base. It's apparently the easiest position to learn defense for. All right, Caleb Durbin is randomly. We're gonna go ahead and try to claim him. He's a full 3-star. He's 3.5 stars of potential. I feel like there's so many good players. Well, this is when you try to get guys through waivers, and we're here to snipe them all. I don't think we're gonna get all these guys. It'd be kind of crazy. You never know. All right, so we picked up all of these guys. It's actually kind of crazy. We don't even need Caleb Durbin. This is where we try to get prospects for him. There's just free prospects. Just free players. And so he's can actually play some of the infield. He's fragile though. So we're definitely getting some good prospect trades. I like the Detroit one. I like the Giants one. I like the Orioles. They're already both 2 stars already. The Marlins is a crazy good one, actually. All right, we're gonna do the Marlins one. But a lot of guys we have to figure out positions for. All right. So we can waive those guys. Let's look at older players that we have potentially in AAA. Can't believe we stole him. Jordan can come up. Should have kept Kobe up there. I didn't realize that we still had the other. We had Rada up there. He's only 22, so he can really just be in AAA. I think we can place him. All right, so we'll throw Owen Casey up there. I think maybe we actually leave that guy in AAA. It actually makes more sense. Never mind, we're going to try to get him through waivers. And then Mina. the same thing. So we ran out of spots for him, unfortunately. I'll bring Logan back up, so I bamboozled you all. Alright, so I think there's a good chance we could be good. Ben Joyce is perpetually going to be hurt. We've released him, but we'll sign him back. I didn't realize he still had potential as a starting pitcher. Only 2 stars as a relief pitcher. Man, I wish Alaska would ever work out. See, when was he drafted? 15th round. Alright, so all these guys gotta go. Make sure none of our teams are bloated. So the ACL. Bring a couple of those guys up. Alright, so we're chilling there. Go ahead and move forward. Mariners are 0-7. Yikes. Lost Jose Soriano. That's not good. Let me bring up the rookie. So we'll get our prospect ranking. 9th out of 30th, which is good to see. We don't have anyone in the first baseman train, but we don't really need anyone in the first baseman train, to be honest. So William is a 15th, and he's actually the 28th ranked prospect. So we actually quite a few guys that are ranked pretty high. We can get Brian Hudson back, but we don't need him. And Mariners lost the first 8 games of the year. Alright, we're going to put him on the 15-day. That's a moderate effect, and we have lots of dudes. Bring him up. See if we have a good combination of us playing well and our division being bad. Looks like the Astros might be a good... At least they're having a good start. It's hard to say it'd be a good team this year. We're just going to send him to AAAs. Off to a rough start anyway. He definitely needs to go on a rehab assignment. He got hurt like 3 times in a row. So some of our pitching's off to a rough start. Be more worried about Capus if he was starting. think we should be able to. Our pitching should get better, and our hitting should get better as well as the year goes on. I definitely think we have a 90 win potential. Now, do we get there? I don't know. Tyler Brebner is doing well. So 5 days moderate. We're going to go ahead. He's struggling. And I think it's time for Juan Flores to make his debut. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. You can have him. Good trade for us. Forgot that we even had that dude. All right, Jose Soriano. We're going to throw him on a rehab assignment. Starting pitching is starting to stabilize a little bit. Our bullpen has some really rough looking ERAs. So we don't like to see that, but I don't want to do anything too radical right now. Playing a little bit better. We'll throw him on a rehab assignment as well. Bremner might be hurt. Guess it was not a major injury. Christian Moore is out for a while. So whatever it was, he wasn't hurt for that long. Okay, so blurred vision. So I think we actually just bring Ben Joyce back up. Or not Ben Joyce. Ryan Jeffers back up. And we'll let Jordan flop into here to right field. So we're 3 games over 500. We're a game back of the division. Astros are still doing well this year. He's a 5.87 ERA and a sore shoulder. So we're just going to put him on the injured list. And then we can bring Jose back up. Suddenly our starting pitching is doing well. We're going to go with the controversial 6-man rotation. So Ben Joyce needs to come up. Sir Anthony Dominguez we'll keep there because we're not going to be able to send him down to AAA. I don't know if it's troll to do a 6-man rotation. I guess we'll see. And Ben Joyce is always getting hurt, so it seems like our team's actually doing well. We're in the wild card hunt, or I guess we'd be in the playoffs right now. But the easiest way to make the playoffs is to simply win the division. So if we made the Guardians good. So what he wants. He wants money, and we don't have any. So Owen Casey is struggling, so we're going to go ahead and waive him. Look down at AAA. Eduardo Tait. We have two catchers that are doing. We have a deep catching prospect pool. All right, so we'll bring Cruz up. So now he's 26. He's kind of has to put up or shut up. Put up or shut up. All right, we'll throw him on a rehab assignment. Nobody wanted Owen Casey. No. Unless that dude's like a 5-star. So we're competing with the division, so it's exciting to see. He's off his injury. We're just going to demote him. Actually, kind of crazy how low our ERAs are. Like Hurston's I mean, he hasn't had enough starts yet to really do much anything. Dominguez is stinking, so we're going to go ahead and I don't think he'll accept a demotion to AAA. But we can bring Michael up. Goes to a 2-star, but we'll see how he performs because he's a Rule 5 player, so we could slot him in somewhere maybe into the rotation. Who's Guan with now? He's with St. Louis. We're not on the pace to get to 90 wins. See if he accepts it. No. That's all right. All right, so we're going to put Keita into the bullpen. We'll go back to a 5-man. And Michaels is having a decent start. Elliot Ramos. No. No, thank you. What's his contract? I think we do that. So we give up a random catching prospect. We'll figure it out. We got a couple of days. Nathan Uvalde. Yeah, I don't want to give him up. We'll discuss it though. So we're going to edit it. I don't care about Juan. Throw him there. All right, so we can get Christian Moore back. Cruz, unfortunately, didn't take advantage of his at-bats. A lot of guys that are doing well. So Cruz is going to get... Can he get demoted? Yeah, we still got options on him. Moore's back. Miami says, no way. I think we can give up Wilson here. Maybe not the smartest, but we're trying to win this year. So that means Hairston. I think we waive Hunter Gaddis for Rasul Iglesias. He's only thrown 5 innings. We'll shop him. We'll see if we can, because he's the Rule 5 guy, so make a spot for Nathan Eovaldi. There's actually a good amount of interest for him. See if there's a prospect package. Alright, that's actually really nice. Alright, so we can get... So just a Rule 5 guy, we can get 2 good prospects from the Padres. 2 good ones from the Mariners. Tigers will give us 2, but he has a major league contract. I think we go with the Padres one. I kind of like both those guys more. So what that does is clears a spot on our roster for Eovaldi, which means Hairston can go into the bullpen. Eovaldi can come out. So they're taking 40%. That's a really big contract. So really big risk signing him or trading for him. But we're swinging big. Yeah, they want too much. You gotta swing big if you wanna be big. We're 5 games back of the division. Throw Hunter down in AAA. So we're pretty, to be honest, pretty injury proof, which is a really good luxury to have. Keep our scouting director there. Keep our team trainer. And our first base coach. Our farm is 13th now, so we dropped a little bit, but it could also be because guys like Bremner are no longer prospects. No, we don't want old pitchers. I don't think he's ranked anymore. Oh, he's still ranked. So we are currently secure in one of the playoff spots, which is good to see. Eduardo Taid is up to 2.5 stars as a second baseman. Hey, we just move on from him, unfortunately. Yeah, we're not probably going to re-sign him. Zach Neto's batting .315 with 24 home runs. Oh my gosh. That he has more home runs than he did last year in 148 games. Wow, that's that's really good. So I think if he breaks 27, that would be the most he's ever had. Yeah, 23, 26, 27. So he could he could get 35 home runs potentially. I don't want Luke Weaver. I mean, I guess if you want literally garbanzo beans back, no. Jordan Lawler gets suspended. What is he doing? We're fighting in Cleveland. Jesus is in IA now. What do the Tigers want? What are we doing? I would like some money. If you want to give me some money, drop me some cash money. I'm down. 23rd overall pick. Detroit has a number one overall pick. We didn't do any scouting, did we? It's big yikes for me. That one's on me. These players look terrible. What are we even doing here? Oh, I don't know. I guess. That is really slim pickings. It is very slim pickings. That's fine, Bobby. We'll get you to sign. This is kind of brutal. Yeah, this is like here. I don't want to go through a whole draft looking for 2 stars. So we're gonna let the AI finish the draft for us. Let's discuss, edit. If you retain about half of it, I'm down for that. What's Detroit? Almost. Doesn't seem like almost when you want one of our really good players. You can have Jeff Hoffman though. It's down to 2.5 stars, and he's 35. It's good with us. In case he was just a waiver wire pick, so netted us some money. All right, we'll do that. You can have a Eduardo Lopez. Quite loud out there. So Caden is the only one that we'd want to drop down. But he doesn't have any more optionaries, and we don't want to lose him. This is a very good problem to have right now. He's 24 and he's not even pitching poorly. All right, we're in an awkward spot because I'm not really willing to let a 24-year-old prospect or a good young player, like he's a major league player, go for someone that's 8 years older and on a 1-year contract. We have a lot more years of control over him. Joshenberger. What a crazy last name. I love it. Anthony De Angel. You also get Gabby Arias. So I like that pick or that pickup right there potentially. All right, so we're gonna go to Detroit. We'll take the 19-year-old second baseman. There we go, Francisco Herrera. That's why you want these low-level players on your team for trades like this. For some reason, they always want another to like give us this random person that will never ever be at the major league level. Please give us a player that will never ever make it to the majors. So Ryan Johnson's out for 4 weeks. Not good. So Logan Ridman. Throw him into the rotation. Zach Nettles batting .322. He's having a historically good year. I don't know what's going on outside. Oh, it's a garbage truck. It's a Friday. What is it doing out here? What is it doing? 3 games back, so are we comfortably in the wild card? I'm gonna put the cart before the horse. It's like same thing. Like we just don't have a spot. Like theoretically, like I would love to throw Caden down to AAA and let him, fester down there for another year as we try to push with a higher level relief pitcher, but he's not pitching poorly enough to risk him on waivers, and he's also 24. So even if he was pitching poorly, somebody would probably still pick him up to keep him on their 40 man. And we're not doing that trade. Henry Rodriguez is a really good pitching prospect. 3.5 stars, 100-mile-per-hour potential. I think it's really loud. Goodness gracious. All right, so we are actually in first place in the wild card. Cleveland and Kansas City are tied. So we're in a pretty good spot, I would say. Thank you. It's nice we can be like, not even a full 3-star. What are we even doing? Zach Neto's up to 28 home runs. He's tied with Aaron Judge. And he's down to 2 stars. Let's see. Honestly, don't mind this trade. What's this? Is this contract bad or something? It's 1 million. Yeah, I'm fine with this. I mean, we're not gonna keep Taylor Rogers. Throw him the AAA. Alright, so our AAA team, what's their record? I feel like, yeah, they're pretty good. How's our AA team looking? The rest of our minor league teams are 6-44. It's crazy how bad the instructional league records can get. Egder Quero. 22-year-old starting pitching prospect. Let's discuss. We're not in any rush. We're gonna take Trey off. He's 24. Hey, like this is literally it's like I don't care how well he's doing. That's literally what would happen with someone else, someone else if we tried to get Caden off into AAA because he's out of option years. So we can still go back and complete it here. Why is he? So he's on an expiring contract. I feel like we can do that. I like how we went back and just accepted their previous trade offer, even though that wasn't one of the players that they added in. All right, so Flores. We actually have 3 catchers. So this is a nice luxury. So we can demote him, and then Quero. He's going to take over the catching. So now we have 3 really good catchers. So what the Cleveland Guardians like to do in real life is to have 3 potential catchers that are chilling on the Major League roster. Right now, they just kind of rotate between 2. Just don't have spots for these older, and I mean guys that we'd have to have on. And at least we're being perceived as being a contending team. That's why all these teams are trying to trade us old relievers. So that part's good. All right, so we're gonna start a break. We're gonna do it for 3 minutes. We are back. So, we are still 5 games back. We are right in the thick of the wild card race and getting a lot of offers for trades for veteran pitchers. Fractured thumb. That's not good. All right, so move him over to there. Look at AAA. We have a lot of guys that can play short, so we'll really just look for sort by expected WOBA. Maybe by expecting slugging. I guess those are all usually pretty high. So he hasn't played a lot of games. 42. His contact potential is crazy, so he's all the way in AAA. Can't believe we got him. See, international? Yeah, international amateur. We bring Colby up. Older player. Let the younger guys get some time. And Zach Neto can go back to short. Which means we need someone to potentially play second, which could be several different people. So we put more there. Move him up. Move Guerrero up. And my up. So we have we do this. And then Colby Thomas might work his way into the starting rotation or starting lineup. Probably not the starting rotation. I don't think he's going to start pitching for us. All right, so we're going to put him on the 40-man and send him to AAA. No, thank you. 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 Wish decline all trades. So they're almost always terrible. Although we have done a couple, they've been offered a couple that have been pretty decent. What's really slowing us down is all these crappy trade offers. It'll be nice once we're past the deadline. We'll do that. We won't go into the trade thing because then you have to go through it 4 times, and then we get all of these same offers over and over and over. And I'm not too interested in looking at the same trade offers that are terrible over and over and over. Oh, there we go. We gotta still do it. Thought we got around it. And it's annoying because we have the trade thing turned on, so if we don't respond to them, then we lose street cred. Pretty happy with our team, to be honest, so I'm not really worried about doing anything radical with trades. Oops, we almost completed that trade. That's how they get you. Let's see. Neto has 31 home runs this year. Batting 323. What is his WAR? His WAR's got to be insane. 5.2. So it's already 1.6 higher than last year. And it's not like his last year was, it's higher than any other year that he's had. So, actual beast, best rookie, or 4-star. And okay, that's turned out to be a really good trade. So like here, he's a good first baseman, but it also makes logical sense because he's hitting really well and he has a lot of power. So um, that's really good. And it's crazy that he has 11 less home runs than. All right, we're gonna bring up a new. He's suspended for 10 games. What are you doing? All right, we'll bring Gaddis back up. No, we're fool. All right, we're going to waive him and hope he gets through waivers. Hurston wasn't even pitching bad in the majors. Casualty of us just acquiring more talent. Astros are good, but we are safely in the wild card right now. I think unless we have 58 game on base streak, that is insane. All right, Noble Meyer made it through waivers, which is good. Let's check our prospect level. 11th out of 30th. Not bad. Not bad at all. Williams is a 11th overall prospect. So what league is he in? Oh, he's in high A now. Or low A, I should say. That's what we like to see. Flu-like symptoms. All right, so we're only 4 games back. Fairbanks has been struggling this whole year, so we're going to move on from him. His ERA is just too high. We have a good problem. We have too much pitching. I don't think Fairbanks will be very happy about being sent to AAA. Let's see if he's willing. Refuses. What a Chad. All right, so we're going to actually work around this. So we're going to place him on the injured list for 15 days. And so what this will allow is for Pete to come back up and another pitcher. Not loaded. Oh, trolled myself. It loaded. We'll bring Mitch back up. So we'll throw Hurston back into the rotation. So the Fairbanks will just be a roster waiver wire person. Does he have like an aggressive contract? So he still has a lot of money left on it. All right, we're going to do a 3-minute break and turn off my screen, and I'm going to exit out and come back in. So we're starting to get a little bit slow, and so when that happens, the game gets a little laggy, and the best way to get around that is to simply exit out and come back in. So our bullpen ERA is actually 13th, which is really not that good. Our closer's 4.14 ERA. Iglesias 445. So certainly leaves a lot to be desired. You turn the display capture back on. All right, so we are back. See how our perfect team's doing. So we got 124. Basically, the strategy I'm using is obviously not spending any money, but saving up because when you get wins and stuff, angels, that's what we need. When you get wins and stuff, you get the currency or whatever. And if you get about 1,200 to 1,500, you can buy a really highly rated player that's about 89. Once you get above 89, it gets exponentially more expensive for players. So it take much longer to save up for one of those guys, but just trying to like slowly build up the team. Um, I guess grind it out in that regard. Oh wait, I'm not playing the game. All right, so we're gonna send him on a rehab assignment. He's not really doing anything too great. Looks like he's pretty good defensively, but 260, 8 home runs, serviceable. But dude, I honestly don't care, Raziel, what your feelings are. You do your job on our team and shut up. Do your job and shut up. 0 for 7. Yikes. So Cameron Macauley's 193 this year. Does have 11 home runs, but Audio is going to come back. And so Christian Moore is going to go back to right field. I think we can leave Audio pretty low in the lineup there. We put Audio at second base. Actually, we can leave. We move Audio back to number 2. All right. There we go. So 71 and 62. We're almost 10 games above 500. Nathan Eovaldi is ready to come back. I think that means Bremner comes into the bullpen. Right, his ERA is now ballooned up, so we're going to try to risk him through waivers. Fairbanks' ERA has come down a little bit. I really hope he makes it through waivers. Somebody's going to claim him, though. Can almost guarantee it. So we're 3.5 games above Toronto for the second of 3 wildcard spots. We have roster expansion. We can bring him back. Although we have Ryan Johnson we got to bring back, so he made it through waivers. All right, Joel, we're just going to move on from. And we can bring up another player. So let's look at pitching, expected slugging. We would just bring Cameron back up, to be honest. As then we're not worried if we send him back down or something like that. So I don't think we're going to get the 90 wins, but it seems like we have a pretty good shot at making the playoffs. A very unlikely shot of winning the division. I mean, don't have a 4.31 ERA. Two guys that want to be the closer. You can't all be the closer. Look at that, you're getting hurt. Look at that, you're getting hurt. Well, that's not. He was complaining before. Bring up him. AJ Minter. Audio got hurt again. That's not good. 5 to 6 weeks. That's actually really not good. All right, so might need a more permanent solution. So Guzma is going to come up. We're going to put Cam up in the 2 hole. Move more up. Kafis. So yeah, up to 10 home runs now. It's 17 last year. So Moore is going to go to second. Alec Thomas will come out to right. We'll rock and roll with that lineup. So the Astros got the 90 wins pretty darn quick. Ben Joyce injured again. Brazil's hurt for a day, but he can come back in. Guess that worked out timing wise. Zach Neto's out for 5. Oh, that's not good. It's really not good. We're gonna bring Cruz up, but yeah, we gotta. We'll put Guzman in there at shortstop. Move him down the order. "41 home runs. My gosh, and we're not gonna have him for the playoffs. Oh, it's brutal. Yeah, I don't think we'll get him back for the playoffs. We should make the playoffs though, which is nice. I don't think we'll go very far, but we'll jump into the actual playoff games. Neto is second in home runs. He's up 6 in RBIs. If he hit 2 more home runs, he would have won the Triple Crown. So Neto wins all the awards, but we don't have him for the playoffs. That's crazy. They're waiving Zach Gallen. I guess they're trying to get off his contract. Wish they would have done that a month ago. All right, so playoff roster. We're going to demote in the triple so we can put Neto here and put him on the playoff injured list. Same with Audiel. Hmm. So how is Kobe's speed? It's not very good. So we're going to waive him. Dylan Cruz is faster, so it's more value as far as a predominant bench player. And then Cameron, he has good speed and can play all the infield positions. So he doesn't hit, but still is good for like a bench player. And then we got 3 good catchers. See if we can offer him an extension. All right, so we play the Yankees in the wild card round, and then we'll have to play the division winning Houston. You can see the Yankees thing under there. I guess that's from when we 26 shortstop retired. Yeah, we traded him right away once we got him. Well, that trade was kind of a flop. We didn't get anything good for that. Let's actually look at our decision history. So Adiel's worked out well. Hata's worked out. Maya, Bubik, who's with Boston now, just got too expensive. Michael Groove. He was good for us, but we'll try to get younger there. Kenley Jansen still, he threw well this year too. So he's been the most valuable person. Kind of random, but I guess, yeah, he's actually pitched well in Colorado. Is he a ground ball pitcher? Nice fly ball pitcher. So he's done well in Colorado. Vaughn Grisham's, oh, he's on Houston. Josh Lowe's done well with them. Caleb Durbin, he kind of, well, he fell down to 2.5 stars, but it was a waiver wire pickup, so can't be too mad about that. Yeah, so it feels like the Audiel trade is definitely the best trade. Adele's not even with Colorado anymore. I had pretty decent for him, but only played 65 games. So he didn't work out, but yeah, that trade worked out well. So he's doing pretty well. But Hurston's definitely a more valuable player. He really fell off. That stinks for them. Ooh, he fell. Well, that was just a random throw in. So we definitely won that trade. And this trade as well. It's crazy that we won this trade, but just because he's not at the majors yet, because he's been hurt a ton. So who's the worst trade that we've done? Is Michael Grove, which we still have Dolander. He's just in AAA. Then he's not really working out. Josh Lowe and Trout. He's still on ruptured Achilles tendons, so that's what we would deal with. So Kafis, we still have Valera. He's in Washington. It seems like Washington takes all their players. Brito's back, or he's on with Seattle. Aleman's up to 2.5 stars, so that's good for him, but he's in AAA. Engel, he's in singular high right now. Hunter Gaddis is bone chips, so This certainly should have worked out better for us, but unfortunate. Cruz hasn't worked out a ton for us. But it's not like, see, it's like trades like this where it's like I get we lost it, but it's not like Yon Makata. Like we have guys that can play third significantly better than him. And then it's like, yeah, Caleb Durbin's gonna do better than this prospect will because he's in Double A. And we got a good shortstop prospect, and yeah, like this is a crazy good trade. So the WAR can definitely be deceptive. And like this trade here, yeah, we didn't get anything valuable from it, but also we got rid of his contract. And he has a torn UCL, so we wouldn't even have him this year. Roki Sasaki. We can try to sneak him on our team. All right, let's jump into the Yankees series and see if we can get some magic going. They have a better lineup with everyone besides first base. Although a lot of that's just like the order of the lineup. So not looking good for us for being able to win the series, but we made the playoffs, so we've succeeded. We're not going to do anything crazy. We're just going to probably try to steal. Wow, I forgot how fast he was. Goodness gracious, how many steals did he have this year? 36? Okay. So he's just like guaranteed stolen bases. We both strike out. Alright, the single's going to get us a run and put runners on first and third. Moore should also be able to steal. See if Capus is able to work some magic. Alright, so we take the 1-0 lead. Yeah, if Cole Carey gets on, then that's just 3 bases. We need Jose Soriano to have a really big day. Alec Thomas has good speed as well. We're a scrappy team if we steal. Alright, it worked out. If he would have stolen, he would have scored, but Miguel Amaya hits an opposite field hit. Speed isn't actually too bad, but we're not going to try to steal with him. Denzer's going to sacrifice fly, so we'd love to see that. We get run number 2. And a double play, unfortunate. I feel like he's not going to hit into many double plays. With 90 speed. See if Jose can get out of this inning. Gets 1 out. The runners are at second and third. The bases are loaded now. Gets 2 outs, but he gives up a run. Alright, so he holds the lead. See if he has a calmer inning. Alright, gets the third, but it's not able to score. Max Fried is getting a lot of strikeouts. And Amaya after the stolen base. That's where it's like, that's where the speed becomes useful. Is like, if we didn't steal with him, he wouldn't have scored. But now we get a third run. He's at 59 pitches. Oh, the game's tied now. That's unfortunate. People, oh no, Jose. He's not even fatigued and he's getting cooked now. Gives up another run. That's brutal. We're going to have to go into the bullpen now. Bring George in. Yankees just probably just have too much hitting for us. We're not doing enough with our offense. Striking out a ton too. Alright, we got into their bullpen at least, but we need some runs. It's the first out. The second out, the runner on third, and is able to keep it there. Still down 3. Alright, we get a run back with the double, and we have the 5th run on second base. We get a walk here, see if Guerrero can get a hit. Moves him over. More. That was a big opportunity there. So he's at 32 pitches. We're going to go ahead and take him out. We'll go with Ryan Johnson. Since we're still down 2, we don't necessarily want to go to our high leverage guys if we can manage it. So they get a 7th run. Need some offense. Two guys on base for Cole. And he's going to get outs. We get a double play. Alright, we need 3 runs here. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We reach on an error to keep the game alive. But nope, we lose the first game of the series. So unfortunate. It's crazy, our best player is just out. That stinks. It stinks so much that we just lose our best pitcher. So we're gonna actually have Nathan Uvalde pitch. Our backs are against the wall. Someone's peeling out there. Can we get a base runner? We don't. Alright, Nathan. That's what we brought you in for. Keeping our season alive. Keep it alive, buddy. Giving up doubles is not going to help us out. Alright, 2 scoreless for him. Solo home run. So we take the lead like we did in the first game. Two guys on base. We need to really open this game up. We can't have a 1-run lead the whole time. Their offense is too good. Still nothing. Oh, I mean, we got a run, so I mean, an error puts Aaron Judge on second base. He's able to keep him from scoring. Uvalde so far has been stable and pitching well. Just can't be chilling with a 1-run lead. His pitch count's really low, so as long as he continues to deal, walking a hit's not going to help that out, though. They score on the fielder's choice, and he gives up the lead. It's unfortunate, so we need another run. McCallahan has 9 strikeouts. His pitch count is getting up there, so he probably will have to come out at some point. Let's see if we get Capus a second, please. Go to second. Gets caught stealing. Diabolical Capus. Alright, we gotta see if we can get another in it now. He has to come out, unfortunately, so we have to go with high leverage guys. Fairbanks is gonna come in. Gets a big double play. Alright, still 2-1. Maya strikes out. Guzman gets on base. Alright, 2 guys on base for Cam. He flies out. Hata, this is where we need you. Pass ball. We still need you.
Strike 3.
Brutal. The quick trigger for Pete Fairbanks. And we're just going to throw in Abreu because we're desperate. We need just 1 run. Leadoff double. That's what we needed. More. He's going to strike out. Capus is 1 for 3 on the day. Wild pitch moves him to third. Gets a walk there. We're going to try to steal with him. He gets... That's... Can't believe they threw through to third. And we
Strike 3.
Capus cost us the season. Got caught twice. Stuff like that makes me really quick to get rid of a player. Alright, let's go into the playoff ending. I mean, we were probably not going to be able to win the 3rd game of that series anyway. Our offense was stymied. Yeah, Roki Sasaki randomly. We're trading Capus in the off season. I'm so disappointed that he blew the season, got caught stealing twice with 70 speed. Maybe the Yankees are just that good. All right, let's look at international scouting. I mean, we'll go. I mean, I might come back to this file at some point, but we did make the playoffs, so that was the goal. We broke their playoff drought. We'll at least go to the off season and see if how much more we want to continue. The Guardians actually made it to the World Series, so we made them a great team. Everyone on our pitching staff had under a 5 ERA. Oh, the Guardians won the World Series with Kenley Jansen. Can't even win a World Series with them with my regular file. Yet, yet I can build their team up for them. I feel like it's happened to me a couple of times. But the Brewers or Guardians would be a crazy World Series. Two smaller market teams. The Brewers are pretty small market. They went to swept the Orioles and with the Game 7 with the Yankees and with the Brewers. But we accomplished our goal. So we did make the playoffs. It took us 3 years, which really in that first year, kind of a garbanzo year. So, yeah, I think that's kind of where we'll stop for now. Except Kafis needs to be traded. Ruined our season, ruined our lives. We could trade him back to the Guardians. World Series champion Guardians. It's a crazy amount of interest for him for someone that ruined our season, ruined our lives. Guardians are right. I mean, keep trade the Guardians, but they keep giving us good offers. You can have Capus back. You can have your crappy man back. First, throw him down there. Joyce, throw him back on the roster. Look at arbitration. So, no one's really too crazy high on it. Maya's at 7 million, and we just signed Agner, so we're gonna see what's being offered out there. Whole bunch of nothing. Do a prospect package. So probably actually won't get rid of him, to be honest. Soriano, it's gonna be Tukes. Ugh. It's a lot. We'll do the qualifying offer for him. Alec Thomas, yeah. And what's he want? 6 million. Not really worth it, to be honest. Gosman only wants 9 million. I'll take it down. Give him 8. And Iglesias. Do 1 year. He has 38. We can go year to year with that dude. So unfortunately, he didn't develop. Grab. Yearling didn't develop, unfortunately. All right, so I mean, Rogi's 27, but he's interesting. 3 million. Nothing too wild expensive there. Claim Jet. Bird's freaking out there. Let's look at arbitrate. I forgot about Ben Joyce's injury. He's only going up to 2 million, so he's still not very expensive. So I actually don't mind keeping him. He is good when he's healthy. All right, let's see. All right, so Kevin Gossman didn't meet the vesting option, I guess, because he was hurt the whole time. It's his option. Not too bad. Evaldi retired. All right, let's look at the owner. I don't know why our staff is feuding. I mean, I feel like we already upgraded the catcher position. So he wants all of these current goals. I don't know why they're mad at each other. So Ari has a poor reputation for some reason. So maybe we get rid of him. Maybe Ari just wasn't jiving. Well, they won 2 more games in the previous year, but we did make the playoffs. Shows how close we were to it. So, I mean, like, he's a good scouting director. We're gonna go ahead and get a new trainer. He already seems better. Let's do the 4 year. So that's gonna be it for this one, though. So we did make the playoffs. So I might come back to this file at some point. Left it off at a good point, but we did make the playoffs. So I guess that's the end of this live stream one. Maybe I'll pick a different team for the next one and see how quickly we can make the playoffs. So this one, we made it in 3 seasons. So really two that I had full control over, and we improved every year and managed to sneak in the last year. So love to see it, but that's gonna be it for this one. Peace.